The movie begins in the jungle with King Mufasa inviting everyone to his home. Mufasa has just had a baby, Simba. A monkey greets everyone and introduces Simba, saying that he will be the future king. Next, we meet Mufasa's brother, Scar, who is in his cave and doesn't go to see Simba. Mufasa wonders why Scar didn't come to meet the baby, and Scar says he simply forgot. Scar isn't happy that Simba will be the next king because he wanted to be king himself. Mufasa warns Scar not to lie and tells him that Simba will be the future king. Later, we see Scar leave, and the monkey who introduced Simba to everyone draws Simba's picture on a tree because he's so happy about the baby's birth. Simba wakes up early in the morning and goes to wake up his father. Together, they go up to a cliff where Mufasa shows Simba the entire land. Mufasa tells Simba that one day he will be the ruler of all this land. There is a barren area in the distance, and Simba asks if he can go there. His father stops him, warning him not to go to that area. They enjoy the view together until Zazu bird. Mufasa tells Simba to go home with Zazu while he heads off to do his work. On his way home, Simba meets Scar. Simba tells him that he and his father explored the entire land. Scar asks about the barren area, and Simba says that his father has told him not to go there. Scar tries to convince Simba to visit the area, saying that many animals have gone there. Later, Zazu appears and takes Simba home. Simba plays with his mother and his friend Nala. Afterward, they run off to play further away, and Simba's mother reminds him to stay safe. Simba and Nala are having a great time playing with the other animals. Eventually, they wander far away. Nala tells Simba they've gone too far from home and should head back, but Simba insists they should visit the deserted area since they're already so close. When they enter the deserted area, they hear a sound, and soon they're surrounded by a group of hyenas. Their leader says they're going to eat Simba. Just then, Zazu arrives and tells the hyenas that Simba and Nala are here by mistake. He warns them not to hurt them, or Mufasa will never forgive them. The hyenas threaten to hurt Simba. Zazu attacks the hyenas and tells Simba and Nala to run. They manage to escape, but hyenas have surrounded them again, but just in time. Mufasa arrives and fiercely fights off the hyenas. He gives the leader a strong warning, saying he will never forgive them if anything happens to Simba. After the conversation with Simba, Mufasa asks Zazu to take Nala home while he talks with Simba alone. He says to Simba, "I told you not to go there." Simba explains that he wanted to show his father that he was brave. Mufasa tells him that he loves him and doesn't want to lose him. He says he can't bear to see Simba get hurt. Simba apologizes, and they share a meaningful moment together. Meanwhile, Scar returns to his cave to meet with the hyenas. He tells the leader that if Mufasa and Simba are killed, he will rule the land. He promises that once he's in power, they can attack any animals they want. The hyena leader agrees, and they begin to plan to kill Mufasa and Simba so Scar can take over. As part of the plan, Scar is supposed to take Simba to a dangerous place. He tells Simba that the place they're going is where he can practice roaring, which Simba really wants to do. Simba listens to Scar and starts to roar. The hyenas are waiting nearby with many wild animals, ready to carry out the attack. Suddenly, everyone follows him and Simba keeps running, and he reaches a faraway place. Scar goes to Mufasa and tells him that Simba is stuck between the mountains. There are many wild animals there. When Mufasa hears this, he runs quickly to help. Mufasa arrives and helps Simba reach the top of the mountain. Mufasa tries to climb too, but Simba only sees him struggling. Scar suddenly pulls Mufasa down. Simba watches as his father falls. When the wild animals leave, Simba comes back to his father. Mufasa is not moving. Simba cries for help, but no one comes. After some time, Simba sadly lies next to him and sleeps. Scar arrives and pretends he doesn't know what happened. He tells Simba that Mufasa is gone because of him. Scar blames Simba, saying that his mother will also be upset. Scar makes Simba think he caused his father's death because he wanted to be king. Simba is scared and asks Scar what he should do now. Later, Scar tells Simba to leave, and Simba runs away in fear. Scar then sends hyenas after him to kill him. The hyenas chase Simba, but when he falls from the top of the mountain, they think he is dead and stop looking for him. However, Simba is actually hiding behind the mountain. Meanwhile, Scar goes to Mufasa and Simba's family and tells them that both are gone. He says he would have helped if he had known Simba needed him. The animals feel very sad after hearing this. Scar tells them not to worry because he will be their new king and take care of everything. Zazu and the monkey watch from a distance, and they also believe that Simba is dead. Simba, on the other hand, has traveled far from home. He reaches a desert where he becomes very tired and falls asleep. Some wild birds see him lying there and come closer to eat him. Just then, two animals, Timon and Pumbaa, arrive. Timon is scared when he realizes that Simba is a lion cub, but Pumbaa suggests helping him and letting him join their team. They chase away the wild birds. When Simba wakes up, Pumbaa tells him, "We saved your life by risking ours." Simba asks, "What if I had died?" hide. Timon and Pumbaa are surprised and ask why he is talking like that. After Simba tells them his story, they invite him to stay with them. Simba agrees and follows them to a beautiful forest. Feeling hungry, Simba says, "I'm so hungry. I could eat a whole deer." Timon and Pumbaa sadly tell him that if he wants to stay with them, he must eat what they eat. The other animals in the forest get scared and say, "You brought a lion cub here. He will eat us one day." But Timon and Pumbaa assure them that Simba is not dangerous. Over time, Simba grows up and becomes best friends with Timon and Pumbaa. Meanwhile, back at Simba's old home, everything has changed. The hyenas now roam freely and do whatever they want, even attacking other animals. Nala is sad and tells Simba's mother that they should leave because they can no longer live there. But Simba's mother replies that they have nowhere else to go. Later, she receives a message that Scar is calling for her. When she arrives, Scar reminds her that she rejected him long ago and chose to marry Mufasa instead. He then tells her that now is the time for her to marry him so he can become the rightful king and she can be queen. However, she refuses. Nala, who was secretly listening, becomes upset. That night, Nala decides to go find help. She sneaks away and sets out on her journey. Meanwhile, Simba is enjoying his carefree life with Timon and Pumbaa. The other animals are still scared of him, but he takes care of them and means no harm. One day, while Simba is playing, a strand of his hair flies through the air and reaches the monkey, Rafiki. When Rafiki sees it, he realizes that Simba is still alive. Meanwhile, Timon and Pumbaa are playing when they suddenly hear a noise. It is Nala, who has arrived and attacks them. Frightened, they scream and run. Before Nala can harm them, Simba steps in to stop the fight. At first, Simba and Nala fight each other, but soon they recognize one another. Nala is shocked and overjoyed to see Simba alive. She angrily asks, "If you were alive, why didn't you come back?" Simba tells her that this place is peaceful and no one needs him. He invites her to see the beautiful land he now calls home, and they spend time together, enjoying the surroundings. After some time, Nala tells Simba that he is needed back home. She explains that Scar and the hyenas have destroyed everything, but Simba refuses, saying he cannot help. Nala urges him to return for his mother's sake, but Simba still doesn't believe he should go back. Disappointed, Nala says it was useless to ask for his help and leaves. Simba feels sad. He meets Rafiki, the wise monkey, who asks him, "Who are you?" Simba replies, "No one." Rafiki then tells Simba, "I held you in my arms when you were a baby." He also surprises Simba by saying Mufasa is still alive. Shocked, Simba follows Rafiki to a waterhole. Rafiki tells Simba to look into the water and asks, "Can you see your father?" At first, Simba only sees his own reflection, but then he suddenly sees Mufasa's image in the water. From the sky, Mufasa's voice echoes, "You are a lion. You are my son, and I was proud of you when I was alive. Remember, you are a king, and you have a duty to help others." Simba gains confidence from his father's words. As Mufasa's voice fades, Simba begs him not to leave. Mufasa assures him, "I will always be with you." When Rafiki asks again, "Who are you?" Simba now answers with confidence, "I am Simba, Mufasa's son." Simba runs back home, roaring loudly. On the way, he meets Nala, who is overjoyed to see him return. Together, they reach their homeland, but Simba is shocked to see its terrible condition. The trees are gone, food is scarce, and even water is drying up. Hyenas roam everywhere, causing destruction. As Simba enters, he sees Scar treating his mother badly. Angrily, Simba steps in and says, "You are not allowed to talk to my mother like that." His mother is overjoyed to see him alive. Scar is shocked and demands, "Why have you come back? You killed your father." Simba, confused, says, "It was an accident. I did nothing wrong," offering their support. Scar and the hyenas prepare for a fight. Scar lures Simba to the edge of a cliff, planning to push him off. Lightning strikes, setting the land on fire. Scar smirks and says, "This looks familiar, doesn't it? Your father also begged me for help, and I pushed him down." Hearing this, Simba finally understands the truth. Scar was the one who killed Mufasa. Enraged, Simba roars and grabs Scar, exposing his crime to everyone. A massive battle begins between Simba's allies and Scar's hyenas. It is a fierce fight, but Simba's friends win. Scar tries to escape, running toward a mountain, but he has nowhere to go. Simba catches up to him. Scar, scared, begs for mercy. "Please, don't kill me. I'm your uncle, your father's brother." But Simba replies, "I am not like you. You tricked me and even the hyenas." He spares Scar and tells him to run away. However, Scar suddenly throws sand into Simba's eyes, and tries to attack him. A final battle begins, and Simba overpowers Scar, throwing him down. The hyenas, realizing Scar had deceived them too, turn on him. They surround Scar and finish him. Soon after, heavy rain pours down. Over time, the land heals and greenery returns. The kingdom is restored to its former beauty. Simba becomes the rightful king, with Nala as his queen. They have a baby cub, and Rafiki lifts the newborn high in the air, introducing the future king to the animals. The film ends here.